Hello and welcome to Skyrim. By now, you have possibly seen our great dragonborn hero save Skyrim and all of Nirn from the dragon threat. But he was not single-minded in his quest. There came a night when our hero found himself resting in the Banded Mare after a long day's adventuring, and found himself in the presence of a mysterious stranger.
You look like someone who can hold their liquor. How about a friendly contest to win a staff?
The mysterious stranger was Sanguine. He tempted our hero with a drinking contest.
If you're looking for a challenge, you've come to the right place.
A natural competitive spirit flared within his Khajiit self.
A few drinks, a few laughs, and a contest. What could be better?
And he felt confident.
Ha! We'll see about that. This is a special brew. Very strong stuff. Let's get started.
The Khajiit watched as Sanguine
Start round one. Down the hatch.
downed a drink of said very strong stuff. It didn't seem to be much of a challenge.
Your turn.
Wasting no time, our Khajiit friend immediately downed his mug.
One down, my friend. One down. Yeah. And another one for me.
Sanguine downed another mug of the mysterious brew.
And how about you?
Pixen Pooks, not feeling any effects so far, decided to go for a second one.
So says you. I think I've hit my limit on these things. Tell you what, one more and you win the contest.
In hindsight, he should have been suspicious that the man who challenged him to a drinking contest would only down 2 mugs of his drink. But Pixen Pooks was feeling foolish that night.
Wow, you've really done it. The staff is yours.
This is a local favorite.
You know, you're a fun person to drink with. I know this great little place where the wine flows like water. We should head there. Hey, you don't look so good.
And suddenly all was darkness.
Wake up. That's right. It's time to wake up, you drunken blasphemer.
Where am I?
Of course. You don't remember getting here. I'm guessing you also don't remember coming in here and blathering incoherently about marriage or a goat. Which means you don't remember losing your temper and throwing trash all over the temple.
I'm sorry. I don't even remember how I got here.
Oh, I'd love to help you figure it out, but I'm so busy cleaning up the mess you made of our temple. Now, if you were to help tidy up and perhaps apologize afterwards, I might be able to help you.
And so our hero Pixen Pooks found himself amidst a messy church. In the church of Debella, no less, the goddess of love. At least, I think it's the goddess of love. I'm an unreliable narrator. Unfortunately, it was difficult to determine what the mess was. So he busied himself with placing wine away from the floor and onto the sides, in the hopes that this would please the priestess. In truth, it was somewhat hard to tell. A giant's toe he found. Being a Khajiit, he decided to take the toe for himself. He also decided... There we go. Things became far more simple for the Khajiit now he knew what the problem was. Deciding that picking up the offending items was the only way the priestess would consider it clean. He scoured the church for more wine, and found a note of repair supplies. We need the following to repair the broken staff: a giant's toe, holy water, and a hag-raven feather. Sam. A mystery presented itself now, and so he approached the priestess of Debella, in the hopes that she had some information for him.
I suppose that'll do. Debella teaches us forgiveness after all. Even for a drunk like you.
So do you remember anything I said when I got here?
You were ranting when you got here, but most of it was slurred. You did say something about Rorikstead. Maybe you should take a look there.
And so the path was clear. In order to answer the mystery bestowed upon this young hero, not yet anywhere close to the mighty Dragonborn he would eventually be, he had to make his way to Rorikstead. Keeping a sharp eye on the nearby flowers, as was his Khajiit nature, he decided it would be improper to steal from the church, and headed out into the dark, dark night. Or the bright day. God knows how long he's been here. And so our hero Pixen Pooks found himself outside Rorikstead, one dark and drizzly evening, picking flowers as he went, as was his way. He approached the town. He saw before him a farm, and felt that the person inside might wish to speak with him. But before any of that, he saw some wheat. Pixens love wheat. And so he gathered up the man's livelihood, thinking nothing of it, as the man thought nothing of it too. Once the wheat was picked, he approached the irate-looking farmer.
You've got a lot of nerve showing yourself in this town again. What do you have to say for yourself?
I'm sorry?
Sorry's not good enough. Not while my Gleda's still out there alone and afraid. You kidnapped her and sold her to that giant.
That sounds pretty bad.
You're damn right it does. I'll never breed another prize-winning goat like Gleda. And don't you think of coming back to Rorikstead until you get her back from that giant.
I need to find Sam and his staff in order to get Gleda back.
You didn't seem to need either to sell Gleda to the giant in the first place. I think you'll figure it out.
Did I say anything about where I left his staff?
You mentioned something like that when you were running off with my goat. Tell you what, you bring back my goat, and maybe I'll give a damn about your staff.
What happened with Gleda again? I'm a little fuzzy on that.
You really don't remember stealing a goat and selling her to a giant? Are you thick? Go get her. At least she's bound to follow you back. You smell just like the fermented feed she likes. All right then.
And so that was that. Our hero found himself guilty of kidnapping livestock and selling it, of all things, to a giant. He was tired and weary, and still coming down from the effects of whatever mysterious brew Sanguine fed him. But he decided there was no time like the present to get the goat back from the giant. Though quite how he'd swipe this creature away from a giant, he'd never know. Though then his mind wandered back to the giant's toe he found in the church of Debella. Perhaps this giant is already injured. Perhaps it would be easy to outrun. He kept his stride, knowing that he was going the right way, clambering over a few rocks with the nimbleness of a Khajiit. Looking over the clearing, he felt he could see something in the distance. He proceeded with caution, for giants are dangerous creatures. And there he saw the giant, with Gleda the goat, wondering if he could wondering if he could take the goat and run. He approached her, and they began the chase. Unfortunately, Gleda the goat was not receptive, and as such, Pixen knew he had to fight. Knowing that going close to a giant was suicide, he summoned an Atronach and decided to fight it from the distance, running as it got close. It was perhaps less than heroic, but what choice had he? If the giant just got one good swing of its club in, Pixen Pooks would be dead. Deciding to use his dragon pawn... No, he did not use dragon pawn. He used dragonborn and marked the giant for death. This would weaken the giant and hopefully make it easier to kill. Oh! Of course, there are some who dislike the Dragonborn, who delight in telling this story as though Pixen were killed that day. But that is not truly how it happened. Here is how it truly happened. Pixen readied himself. He summoned the Atronach, and he launched with an attack. As the giant came closer, he let forth his mighty shout, but was murdered promptly. Who's been messing with my records? I know this isn't how it happened. Allow me to shuffle through my papers, dear readers, and find the proper record of this event. I will read the next record I have. If it is the correct one, you will see it. If it is not, you will not. So the battle begins again, and Pixen Pooks lets forth his shout before getting to a safe distance. Unfortunately, there is no distance that is truly safe from a giant. But as he whacked his club upon the floor, he was at least slowed down. Pixen Pooks charged his bolt, and the giant found himself entranced by the flame Atronach.